Hi, this is Tony Klarich. In 2004, on my 40th birthday, I rode more than 40 miles on 40 different things, including a 4-foot disc, ski skimmer, and slalom ski. This video documents my morning rides from 8 to 14, so let's hit it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of my birthday stunt ride, and I've got it all lined up: airboard, kneeboard hydrofoil, and much more for my one day of riding.
There's something wrong here. Can you figure out what that might be?
Tony, they put that binding on backwards.
Oh my gosh, they messed up at the factory. Put the binding on backwards.
On the day that I decided to try to ride 40 different things in one day, my initial list only had 27 items. So I put the call out to skiers that I knew all over the world, and this is one of the ones I got back. From Nello, Peter Nelson, the director of amphibian stunts from Australia. Now, I've spent lots of time backwards on a slalom ski, but the unique thing about this ride is with the bindings mounted in the opposite direction, it puts you in a much stronger position for cutting and carving.
Oh yeah, that's going to be nice, won't it? Traditional Australian skiing device. It's called a paling. Most I ever paid for a water ski, $11.22. That's a true story.
I never rode on a paling until I started training for this event. It's a 1x4 by 6 foot piece of wood, and I went with the oak model. It took me about 20 tries to get up on one, but even longer to get up on two because you're controlling two unstable pieces of wood. The key for me to get up on the double palings was to push my butt down hard during the start and think of it as a rudder in the water. It's not too bad once you get up. The water pressure holds my foot against the ski. I've got my knees bent a little bit more to stay in contact with the wood in case of any rough water. I've got the rope between my legs because I'm trying to conserve energy, just like a distance jumper. It's only my 9th birthday ride of the day, and that means it's mile 9. There's still a long way to go before this extravaganza is over.
This board is a demonstration kneeboard. I used to design kneeboards for HO, and when you do that, you got to make a fiberglass one to your shape specifications, and you keep doing it till you get it right, and then they make the kneeboard off of it. So this is one of the old test boards for HO. Demonstration kneeboard.
Kneeboarding runs deep in my family, with Uncle Mike designing the original kneeboard, knee ski, in 1971. The Demo Kneeboard was a pretty dang easy ride, but even with that, I still like to spice it up if I can. Here's my dock starter, Dave Spees, who helped me tremendously throughout the entire day. Thanks, Coach.
Oh, okay.
Here's one of my original moves on a slalom ski, a helicopter dock start. I will have to admit, it's a bit easier with that shorter Hot Dog Slalom Ski. And this one in particular is the HO Vertical Air, given to me as a gift by the man himself, HO Herb O'Brien, who laid it up with special Joker graphics. Uncle Mike was the original Hot Dog Slalom skier in the 60s and 70s. I followed his lead in the 80s and 90s, and in the early 90s the sport became so popular that Mike Mack designed this ski for HO, the Vertical Air.
Where's your tutu?
Honey, say bro.
Hi, honey.
Now it's time to have a little fun on what's traditionally considered a women's water skiing device, a swivel ski. I used to enjoy watching the gals do this all the time when I worked at the Magic Mountain Water Ski Show in the 1980s. And let me tell you, it is a lot tougher than it looks. I had to resort to the walk around like a back barefoot water skier. Now the girls usually do a toe turn or a hand-to-hand and make it look absolutely gorgeous. I'd like to send out a big thanks to Gary Thompson, Water Ski Shows Inc., who let me borrow this ski. Now it's funny, Uncle Mike was asking about the tutu. Well, hey, if it's good enough for Tyler Perry, it's good enough for me. Get ready, tutu in 2015 with the 50-50. Next up is a device that I spent a ton of time riding with Uncle Mike in the 1980s. Kind of a precursor to the sky ski. Unfortunately, they weren't nearly as fun as I remember.
The original Stand Up Hydrofoils. These things have been around since the 50s. But they sink, so you got to have a little floater on there.
So here's a little history on the stand-up foils. They were originally designed in the early 1960s by someone named Walter Woodward, an aeronautical engineer, and sold under the brand name Dynaflight. Our big moves were basically the wake jump. Uncle Mike and I used to have contests to see who could do the most consecutive wake-to-wake jumps in a row. So I'm finishing up my ride and getting set for a larger pair. I really hadn't been riding these in years, so I was just trying to survive out there.
Now we have the 5-footers. Hang on.
Taller isn't necessarily better, but hey, I had access to a tall pair, so I was going to ride them. These were designed by Buck Buxton at the river in the late 1980s. Hydroflight. This is Tony K. Thanks for joining me on the MasterCraft 400. There's 14 rides down and 27 more to go, including blindfolded riding, two-boat surfing, and much more. Just click through on the box in the upper right to see more unique birthday rides.